All right, let's see what we got going on here. You guys should be able to see me. I can see you guys. Got my glasses on today. I don't know. I might be in my glasses tomorrow too. Who knows? All right, so tomorrow, guys, we are doing our ProLug turns 5 years old, and I just wanted to hop on and tell you guys a little bit about it. Some of you guys have been here and know it's coming. Some of you guys, probably like, what the hell's a ProLug? Well, it's our professional Linux users group. It's been around for 10 years now. We're going to be 5 years old on Discord. Hey, Isobu, how's it going? We are. I'm going to work on some stuff today. I actually kind of want to look at this research a little bit for my doctorate work. So I might look at this tool that somebody had posted up for me yesterday. So I might look at that on stream a little bit. We'll look at getting that configured and see what that kind of looks like. I don't know. It might be useful. It might be something that I like using for my annotations and stuff. So I'm kicking it off tomorrow, doing a Y engineering thing. And I'm not going to go over it right now, but here's a little preview of what that talk is going to look like. It's going to be Y engineering, and we're just going to talk about a bunch of things, right? That's what we're going to do. So why engineering and why you might want to be an engineer, and the scope and depth and breadth of what that means to be an engineer. And hopefully it provides some good insight and maybe lays some good groundwork for everybody over the weekend. So, hey, Probable Steve, how's it going? I just talked to my brother Steve a few minutes ago. So let me pull you guys up with what I was looking at. This is a tool. Yeah, Wusa, thanks for coming by. Yeah, we're doing good. Come by anytime this weekend. We're going to be on Discord all weekend, hanging out, doing talks, and I'm really looking forward. I think some of the people's talks are going to be really well done. There will be as much cake as you want. Yes, there will be cake. There will be sound effects and all that good stuff. So let's look at some of the stuff. So what we were doing yesterday on stream was I was building out this Rocky 8 environment, and then I was taking this node and I was configuring it and doing all this good stuff, and I was adding some XD mod and stuff to it. But somebody pointed out this little tool that exists out there called Zotero, and I kind of thought I'd see what's going on with it. It looks like it has some interesting little capabilities, maybe. So I am going to play with it. It also says that there's some quick little bibliography stuff. So I don't know. I might play with this on stream here in a little bit. We'll see. Just something to help me organize my notes, because a lot of the stuff I've been doing in OneNote, and yeah, OneNote's fine. It's just if there's something out there that can help organize my stuff a little better, that would be good. Because I was thinking about doing it, by date, and then within each year, I was going to do alphabetical, obviously, because that's APA 7 format. But that being said, then you got to prune out the stuff that's automatically past 5 years from your graduation. There's just all these things you have to do. And I was just, if there's a tool out there that'll do it, that would be pretty good. So that's something I'm going to mess with a little bit. Other than that, the other things I need to do is I need to see about getting the download for this XD mod. Let's see if we want to... Let's see if we can just find where they've got this repo at. Manifest repository. That's just about information. I'm trying to find where they have their actual... Let's go look up here. I've been all over today working on stuff, so I'm gonna try to find... You would think they'd have a little more on here. Obsidian will run on Linux too as far as cross-platforms. Interesting. Use Joplin? Let's Joplin. I haven't played with Joplin. Is that open source as well? Ah. That might be kind of cool. And one of the things I do like about OneNote is I do quite a bit with just a clipping tool. Like I'll just grab, or snipping tool, I'll just grab stuff like right off the oh, here's the things that we're doing or whatever, and I'll just grab stuff and throw it in there. And I like that that's like a capability of like OneNote to do that. So any of those things that allow you to just automatically throw stuff, and also if they have the capabilities to do functions and equations, that's important for some, because I'm doing quantitative analytics. So quantitative analytics requires me to be able to put in functions directly as they are, or I could always build things in something else, like any of my NumPy type tools where I can generate plots and I can just put them in as figures and that kind of stuff. But I like being able to generate equations, and Word has gotten a lot better at that lately. But even then, Word is still, Microsoft, it's still not super great or whatever. Wusa, you said at 6 p.m. your time. I don't know how much I'll stay, but they'll be doable. Well, Wusa, try to get to the ones you can. I know I'm kicking off the first day. Who's kicking off the second day? The second day is going to be kicked off by Fishermen. So, honestly, the ones that I say are the don't miss ones are all the ones that aren't me. Because with me, you're probably just going to be, I'm going to hear all the same stuff I've already heard from this guy. That's not true. This is a whole new talk. You guys haven't, all the stuff in mine are things that you have heard me allude to, but you have never seen the way that I'm going to show them. So I'm hoping that it's like a good thing for everybody. With, where are we at here? The other one, but like the don't miss ones will definitely be like Timodius, because my brother Tommy has moved up quite a bit in data analytics, and he's only been doing it for a few years. But he's moved up quite a bit. He's like taken on more responsibility and roles. Pessa has moved up really fast in the industry. Robbie Reed was the same way, and he's been in the industry for 20 years now. So he's, maybe not quite 20 years. Yeah, he's not quite 20 years yet, but he's a director level. He's a director of engineering, so that's big. And then, Fisherman's been on every night this whole week, and he's been like showing people stuff and working on stuff. So his is going to be really good, using all this AWS stuff. Ben is an economics professor. I've told you guys that. His stuff should be good. Jared's been here quite a bit. Actually, all of these guys have talked to the group at least once before. Most people have talked twice to the group. The only one who hasn't talked twice is my brother Tommy. And Robbie. Robbie hasn't talked twice yet either. But anyways, the group, it should be good, right? And this is what it kind of looks like. Same kind of idea. And I've been sharing that everywhere. We're up to like 45 people saying they're coming, so that should be good. Again, everything's going to be free. You guys can hang out. I'm not going to like have anybody sitting there. There's no sales pitches or anything. It's just going to be our guys talking. There's not going to be like advertising breaks or anything unless Discord does that. But I'm like 90% sure that Discord doesn't do that to us. So there won't be any of that kind of stuff going on. It's just going to be us hanging out, kind of talking shop. So, all right. But by the way, guys, so we're talking notes and stuff down here. Oh yeah, you could do Ranger check. Yeah, we can pull up Ranger. How's Ranger doing? Ranger should be, no, that's Ranger, right? Obsidian's open source too, yeah. There's our Ranger check. How's he doing? He's being Ranger. Obsidian's open source, nice. LogSec analyzes everything in a single local folder as MD along with screenshots. Brother has an incredible PDF annotation built in. That might be interesting. What's LogSec? Let me see. Interesting. Man, there's just, guys, it's like there's like this there's so many things to use. This is I'm both I'm all of these things. I am not these things, but I mean I definitely am a student right now. I'm an academic and I'm a writer, so not a very good writer, but I'm a writer. There's just so many tools out there. I will tell you guys though, for this, when I'm pulling stuff out of a command line, out of a terminal, I love OneNote or a Notepad++. I think this is one of my favorite tools right here because I use this all the time to strip things down and pull stuff out. There's some of this I'm going to have to check with them, but I can't do the authentication because I can't connect to their network until after this is done. So I may just do the install part for these guys when I go out and do it. But I do need to get the on-demand part working, or the XD mod part working. So let's get that. Let's do a line here just so we have a line. And then I got to get that stuff going. Obsidian has more functionality. Let's see. So we got Joplin, right? Joplin's one. This Zortero is possibly one. Ranger Cam. Keep Ranger here out of the way. But Zortero, the reason I like the idea of this one is because it's tuned towards being like a research assistant, and a lot of the stuff I'm gonna need to do is, you know, I want to get the stuff down. I want to pull down, you know, whatever article I'm reading. I'll do my own annotations, but maybe I'll also feed it through that and let it do an annotation. I'll have the things that I like. Logsec pairs with it. Nice. Yeah. I think that's, oh, and PDF annotation's huge. So I will check out all of these, because all of those look to be useful. And I'll see. Investigate claims. Interesting. Yeah, because I would like to keep, I mean, obviously I'm always working on my own education and stuff, but that would be interesting. Okay, so where are we at? We've got, oh shoot, this stupid, they've got this weird thing on the YouTube side where I look at my screen kind of small on these. I have 3 monitors in front of me, and then my top one, and I always scroll it to the left at the start of the stream so I can see how many current viewers it is, and then it always pushes over to the right. It's super annoying. It's like this strange, like, the first 5-minute behavior. It like refreshes the page and pushes back over to the right. So I look up and it looks like I've got 22 people watching me, but then I scroll it back to left and it's only 5. That's fine. That doesn't bug me any. It's just weird UI thing that happens inside of my browser. All right. Mad mapping. All right, where are we at? We are. There's other things that I've been working on too, but we won't worry about that right now. Let's try to get this XD mod stuff closed up. I gotta find where. So they have not made it easy for me. Pre-built packages XD mod are available on GitHub. So here's a release candidate. Let's see what assets are in here. Here's all the source code for XD mod. It's got all the fixes, so you always kind of want to read bug fixes. If you're using tools, you want to read bug fixes to see kind of what's in there. If there's any important things that you want to know about, that kind of good stuff. I'm okay with this for now. And then there's older versions of XD mod, it looks like, you know, further back. Mainly, we wanted at least, let's go ahead and download this most current one right here, which is here. Yeah, let's go look at the assets. What's in the source code here? So we'll download it, we'll go look at it here. It's kind of funny, I think this song's played, well, it's played a few times today, but I'm okay with that. I have it set to, okay, there we go, that's better. Now it'll at least rotate through everything. Alright, let's check this out. XD mod, it's a small file. It's not big at all. Let's pull it up. What's our XD mod look like when we extract it? We could also do this in Linux, but I don't mind doing some of this stuff here in Windows. Alright, let's go see what's in there. Ah, it's not done yet. That's fine. We'll give it a minute. For some reason my system's operating at like no kilobits per second. Those kilobytes, but still. It's taking its time extracting that. Wow, it's like really taking its time extracting that. All right. Anyways, we'll get back to that. Over here, we've got our host. We can also pop up my home lab, and we're actually on the on-demand box right here. And we were working to install this XD mod tool, but we didn't have it downloaded yet. So we need to make sure that we have it downloaded, which I'm hoping it's in the source code here. If it's not in the source code, it's definitely right here. I saw it right here, 510, no arch. For Enterprise Linux 7 or 8, I'm going to be obviously using 7. I don't know why I did 7 there. I'll be using 8. So So I might just download that too, just so I have it. And I'll push that up to my Linux boxes here, so we can work on getting that installed as well. So the easiest way to do that, just so you guys know, if you're on a non-terminal system, right, you just come to something like this, and you go to your downloads, right? I realize I'm on Windows right now. pscp.exe, which is a download that you can get from that Chiriac Greenwood site, the same place where you get your normal putty. And for us, we're going to grab that XD mod, right? Here's that. We're going to push it up to schampine at 192.168.11.245, which is my home lab. Just throw it in temp for now. So that'll get thrown up there. Then we come back to this machine. We're going to back out for a second, and then we'll just SCP our temp XD mod, the thing that we just threw up there, over to 192.168.11.9 in root. We'll just throw it in the root directory, right? So this will SCP it over there. So we did a PSCP from our Windows box up to our Linux environment, jumped out of that box, pushed it over there, jumped back into the box, and then now in just a few seconds I've got my XD on demand, or my XD mod for my my system right there. So what I want to do with this, I'm going to clear the screen up, pwd ls. We're going to do a DNF. We're going to do the same DNF from yesterday, right? Just like this, but we're going to use this RPM that's right here, right in front of us. So el8.noarch. Make sure I have that all right. 10.0 elh.noarch.rpm, right? And let's see if this will download. Oh wait, hold on. Let's check one other thing real quick. We're in root, so let's go back to var cache DNF, right? Yeah. Let's be in here when we do this, and we're gonna do this command, but we need to give the absolute path now to that, which means that we need to go off of root here. And let's just see. I'm not sure if this will work 100%, but let's try it. Let's see if this will run off of that one. Let's see. So this will be good. This is downloading all the things it needs. Oh, hold on. Try again. This thing's doing something slow over here on the other thing. Look at all these dependencies that's resolved. These are going to get downloaded just like we had before. Let's do this. Skip all the ones that are breaking. There's something breaking with that download or that extract, so I'm not really super worried about it. Look at all this stuff. This is a tremendous amount of stuff that says needs. It needs MariaDB, needs all this other crap. But it downloaded it without installing it, because that's what this command right here for DNF did. It said, let's install that XD mod thing, but we won't actually install it. Don't worry about installing it, but give me all of the dependencies and resolve them. This was actually, I had some help the other day when we were working on this. So now I've got all these RPMs here. So what am I going to do? I'm going to move anything.rpm over to root. What were we calling this? I think we were calling it our XD mod. Yeah, for this one we were calling XD mod, and then RPMs, right? So then we CD back to root, and this last one that we need is we'll move our XD mod dash into XD mod RPMs, right? No, we won't overwrite that. So CD over into XD mod, CD into RPMs, and ls for let's grep for on demand. Just XD mod. Just make sure it's there. Just want to make sure everything got packaged up there. All right, so now for some of you guys that missed it yesterday, what I've done is in this rel. It's not really rel. It's a Rocky 810 box, so it's a lot like a rel 810 box. It's kind of the CentOS. CentOS is dead, so this is kind of what we get. This is our download of all the package dependencies to put on demand on this machine and to put XD mod on this machine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these off. I'm going to tar these up into a tarball, and I'm going to save them as We'll just go ahead and save them in off of this machine. We'll rebuild this machine from scratch and take it off the network. We'll put the data up to it, and then we'll pull it off the network. And when we do that, then we'll prove that we can install something to it without it being on the network. That's the most important thing for me, because I'm going to be in an air-gapped environment when I go to do this. So I want to prove to myself like my full build steps, if that kind of makes sense. We're doing everything. SCP is also on. Yeah, Daft Duck, you're right. With SSH, they put SCP on Windows. You're right. I've been using PSCPs for so long on Windows, like to move like off of Windows systems up into Linux environments. But yeah, he's right. You could use. Let's just verify. CMD, right? We should just be able to do the same thing. CD to downloads, and then SCP should be there now as well. Yeah, the SCP tool is there. But you used to have to go download the pscp.exe from back in the day. And I want to say probably in the last 5 years they've put SSH. So OpenSSH is on all your Windows machines, as is SCP. So you can move stuff up into other environments or whatever. By the way, if you're wondering, this thing's taking its damn time. That's fun. We'll let that bake over there, and we'll get this other part working. So what do we need to do for this? PWD. So we're in root. We're on the on-demand server. Let's we'll just go ahead and take all this. We'll just make a dir for, we'll call it I don't know, I'll just say customer packages, because I don't want to put the actual name of the customer on here, right? And I'll just move everything, so on demand can go down into customer packages, XD mod can go down in there, XD mod can go down in there, and then also XD mod, the packet, all that stuff can just go down in there. So if we go to customer packages, there's all of our directory structure that we just had, right? And then when we do tar, this is a funny thing. Tar is super easy to do. It's just backwards to everything else you do. So we're going to do tar, and that's going to create, it's an archiver, right? And we're going to say create, we're going to compress, we're going to be verbose, and F is like list all the files or something like that. And we're going to call this, the target is going to be the last thing, but this is going to be the name of the output file. So customer packages .tar.gz in this case. And then the target, like who we're doing this action against, is this customer packages directory. So we're going to take all of that and we're going to dump it. Normally you do source and then destination. This is going to be the only time when we do that kind of backwards. So this is going to capture everything in there and turn it into one archived up. An archive really is just a folder structure that's saved, and then we're going to compress it separately with, in this case we put GZ. It's probably GZ, because GZ is the more advanced. Let me think. Yeah, BZ was the first one, I believe, BZip, and then GZip I believe is the more current one. I always get those two mixed up, but I'm pretty sure that's right. All right, so anyways, this is going to package that up for us, and then we're going to have a nice little tarball, and we're going to pull that out of this system, so when I blow it away, I don't lose all that work that I've done. So this is what we're doing here. When we get done, we're going to put it back on the new system, expand it all out. ZSTD is the new hot. I haven't used that. I don't know what that is. Does it work well? Let's go see what else we got going on here. Exit. What? Oh, we were looking at that with V's. ZSTD. I don't know if I have. I don't think I have. I don't think I have that, or I don't know if I can't even get that. Plus, it's a CentOS box, so it's pretty much dead. I do need to. I think I told you guys I do need to rebuild this environment, because look at how. Oh man, my poor server. None of the. I gotta go strip out. I got other stuff that's not even. And all these mirrors are down. And they're probably legitimately down because they're probably actually compression algo made by Facebook. Nice. Yeah, I don't think I've ever messed with that or even seen that, Isobu. Oh, so Probable Steve, the thing about my air gapped environment that I'm in right now, so I'm doing this at a customer site and it is in a skiff, right? But this is my one saving grace here. It's not connected to the network yet. So since it's not connected to the network, I can bring my stuff into it still. I can bring my laptop can go in and connect to their devices still. If this was in a skiff and it was connected to the network, I would not be able to do that anymore. But because we're in an air gapped environment right now, but we're not connected to their network yet, we wouldn't have to do that yet. Oh, I do have the repos. Oh, I see what you're saying. The vault repos for 7.9. Well, this environment I'm doing this in is going to be a Rocky 8.8 environment, so that's what my other system is. I was just checking on this one. But I do have the repos for that internally, so that should be done. All right, this thing is still copying. This should have taken like 3 minutes, but I don't know what it's doing. All right, we're not going to worry about that too much. We'll let that thing sit over there and do whatever dumb crap it's doing. All right, so this is done. Let's see how big it is. ls-lh in the directory. You can just do that. And the total tar package is it's under a gig. So that's really not that much in the big scheme of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back out of this system here. And I'm in my, let's go to root. And then let's just make a directory for, I don't know, call this work stuff. CD to work stuff. So it's down in my root, work stuff, whatever. And I'm going to SCP from over there. So I'm going to go 192.168.11.9. And I'm going to go for the full path, which is root and then customer. I can do this two ways. I can just do customer everything. But I want to do customer packages.tar.gz to dot. So I'm copying it from there to here. I'm using keys. So it's going to pull down. Excuse me. This will pull all of that down. I don't know why that's taking so long to resolve, but this should just pull right down. Yeah, should just pull down. Yeah, Isobu, Rocky is kind of, I don't want to say it's getting more popular or it's getting propped up by the fact that Rocky is owned by CIQ and CIQ does Werewolf. So if you do Werewolf clusters in the high performance compute space, Aptainer and all these other things are built in Rocky Linux. So that's why I think a lot. What's going on here? It's like my system's definitely taking its sweet time here. Taking its sweet time. Yeah, I mean, I've been using a fair amount of Rocky lately, and I've been stigging Rocky, and it works pretty well. That's STIG, and it's been fine. It's been doing what it does. 168. Daft Duck, I missed whatever that was, but 168 sounds good. What the hell's going on here? I'm definitely sure I was on 1.9. What's going on here? Oh my god. You guys gotta stop me, man. It's 168. That shows I've been doing way too much frickin' systems work. I didn't even notice I didn't have a 168. Jesus. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. We're gonna do better around here. So that's just, yeah. I was talking and doing other stuff. All right. So I think I have all the pieces now, and this is one of these things that I can't. When I go out to the site, I can connect to it with my system, but I can't be doing anything else. Yeah, Cypher Enigma, how's it going? Happy Friday to everybody. We are, look, it's getting to be the weekend. Let me show you guys this again. I always get told promo so much, but it's free, so I don't know why people wouldn't want to hear about free stuff. We've got a bunch of talks coming up this weekend. Our group is turning 10 years old. I've been running the group forever, and people have been getting. Wow, it's been going, and we got over 2,300 people down in the Discord now, which is wild. Because I remember it was like March 27th or something that we passed 1,000, and then like YouTube kind of blew up a little bit, and then just all kinds of people kind of start hopping in, and now we've got like a lot more active. You know, we've been getting people into systems engineering for a long time as a group, but now we're trying to get more involved. If you're looking for when the times are, if you go on Discord at the top left, or if you're on the little mobile app, there's a little calendar. Up in the top right, there's a little calendar when you're looking at the server. And you can come to any or all of these. They're all free. And there's a bunch of cool little talks coming up. So I know I keep hammering that, but that's like a big thing going on this weekend. And everybody's going to be down there hanging out and, you know, do whatever you guys want. But, all right. So so I've got this. I'm good with this server being blown away now. I can take this server. I kind of wish I had enough forethought when I first built this to just, if I had been smart enough, I wasn't thinking. I was originally building it as a werewolf container, so I could have just blown the system away when I rebooted it. But I built it here, and I didn't take a snapshot of it because I could have rolled it back to the snapshot that it was. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to rebuild this box. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go put Rocky 810 back in it as an ISO, and we're just going to go ahead and reboot the machine. So we'll just reboot the thing. And this should come back up to the installer, and we're just going to give this thing a clean build, a clean wipe. And once we do that, we're going to bring it back up. We're going to get its network. It'll have a new IP. It won't be a .9 again. We'll push all this stuff over to it. We'll push the software little package that we have up to it. We'll take it off the network, and from the console, we'll pretend like it's actually in an air-gapped environment and see if we can get the install to work of these different tools that we need. So that's my goal, right? Because I want to be able to do this in an air-gapped environment with this actual package. All right, let's see. This may need to... we may want to... Hold on, we may have to set this. Let's see. Set a Control-Alt-Delete. We'll restart this. And I think we got to tell it to boot off the ISO, because it's going to try to boot off the disk first. Only issue running Rocky 8 on new 14th gen chips is kernel isn't new enough to support the P-Core style chips, and now they start complaining when at ADC instead of allowed. Oh, okay, okay. That's interesting, Kithro. I've been doing. Let's see. Hold on. Reboot. I gotta make this thing reboot. Whoops. That's annoying as crap. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. If it starts complaining at 80 Celsius instead of going all the way up to 100, that's interesting. We are. Let's see. I'm using a lot of GPUs in my. Well, so my big cluster that I'm working the most with on this is all 9.3, and so 9.3 is our version of Rocky. In my home lab, I'm on 9.4 because apparently it updated itself. Oh, that's just keeps going to that, huh? Let's see if I can come in here. Let's go here. Let's shut this guy down. I'm gonna have to change his properties. Let's shut him down. Let's go to his storage. I think we can change his boot properties. Leave that. And if not, you know what? It's not really a big deal to just make a new one if we need to. Let's go to his properties. See if we can change his boot options. So we're going to take his DVD drive and move that above his hard disk, right? And that will make it boot that way first. So that was, I didn't realize that that was set that way, because I normally don't leave an ISO attached to anything, so that's fine. Whoops, whoops. Jeez, my stupid little mouse keeps jumping me around. It's probably my own fault, but all right, let's get this back up. We don't need this anymore. Don't need that, I don't think. I can't do anything with on-demand, so I think on-demand is going to be stopped where we're at in my in my situation. I'm only going to be able to build it as far as I can go. Yeah, Rock 9 seems not to complain temp-wise. However, it doesn't perform as well as much newer kernels, as it doesn't seem to bounce the process around different cores to manage better. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Kithrill, that's an interesting thing. I never really thought about bouncing around the different cores for temps. That's an interesting thing, because we do quite a bit of, like, we'll do like LinPack runs against, you know, thousands of nodes, or however big our cluster. This one of our clusters that we're in is about 300 nodes right now, and but sometimes they're bigger. It just depends. But when we run the LinPacks, we really stress all the boxes, and I didn't even think about that. But then there's new things coming out all the time. Like there's this Dell tool called Weka, and Weka is like an NFS mount that's super fast. It's like a container mount, and it's fast, and it's all this. But the thing is, it needs to have its own assigned cores. But you typically don't want to assign the 0 core, because the 0 core, a lot of system processes will just by nature use. So, but then you say, well, then I'll just use like the 1 core through like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll use the 1 through 4 core. So then 0 can be the system, and then 5 through the rest. Well, you might say like, hey, in most systems world, I would never ever worry about that or care. But when you're dealing with schedulers like Slurm needs to know exactly how many cores it's allowed to use on a box. And if that's 336 or it's 332, it needs to know that, or it'll break all over the place. It won't even run. And that's so that's like a thing that's kind of come up, is like we're not used to having to assign certain cores to this mounting process, which is fast. You know, admittedly, it's fast. It's a good file system for what it is now. And then Weka's specialized for like these AI type workloads and all that kind of stuff. I think Weka's taken 4. And we're not giving it 0, so we're giving it like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then now you've got like this weird odd number of Slurm processors. So like Slurm is not used to operating like that either. So we've been kind of, and then you narrow it down a little bit, and you knock 3% off the top of each of the nodes, and that starts to really affect your overall system stuff, right? Oh yeah, we have hundreds of cores. And I've worked with boxes that have like 512 cores in a single node. Yeah. It's weird, but it's weird because sometimes it's the number. It's like the number of actual like virtual cores versus the number of cores, and then there's hyperthreading involved. So this number just keeps multiplying out weird ways, and you're not. It used to just be we're dealing with 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, but now sometimes numbers just. They're weird. Like the numbers are not in our normal walk of like a binary, keep doubling or whatever. All right, let's see. Wait, did I boot this? Let's go see what it looks like in here. What's it look like at the console here? Should be booting up to the ISO. Should be coming up. Yeah, it's switched in root. Should go to the installer. We'll just reinstall it now. Yeah, I take everything like case by case. Like all my work stuff, I just do case by case, whatever the system is that I'm on, and then I have my commands that I do to kind of feel out what the system looks like. Most of the stuff I run, I have these checks that I do, and my checks look like this. You guys might think like, oh, Scott, that's kind of overly simplistic, but some of you in our Discord, you probably noticed that every morning our sandbox tells us which of my nodes don't come up, which of my nodes have rebooted in the last 24 hours, and then in my case, I want to know user logins. But in different environments, I want to know different things. Like sometimes I want to know is Slurmd running, and then with Slurmd, I also want to know if Munge is running, because Munge is how Slurm communicates, right, over Munge. It doesn't use SSH, in case anybody's wondering. It's an out of band control as far as that goes. And you can configure it to go over your InfiniBand network if you want, instead of over your normal management network, depending on what type of cluster you're using, right? Well, anyways, you might look at this and go, oh, Scott does this every morning, and that's just an annoyance, and this and this. I do this on all my clusters, and it's super useful, and you can even ask if any of you guys ever talked to Pico down on our server. He's still over at Best Western, and he'll tell you, like, I ran these every morning across all of our Linux systems, and all I did was check like nodes that are over here in our tool Sharewell, which is like a management tool for like CMDB, like configuration management database, and our satellite. And servers get registered in satellite as they get built daily by whatever teams. And over here, Sharewell is holding on to things that have been told by share or by whatever processes that they've built servers. And if there were ever a difference between the two, we would know every morning. And we would know, like, hey, 3 servers got built and they got registered to satellite, but they never showed up over here. We would go to the guys that built that process and say, hey, can you fix this? And then we would manually fix it sometimes, but then they would go and fix their process, and we'd never see it again. And we would just have this clean environment every morning. And for me, this is clean right here. This is what I want to see. I'd like to see more people logging in. Spit on my microphone there. I'd like to see more people logging in, but that's, you know, I don't really have much up there on the labs right now, so I guess that kind of makes sense that that's not all there. Anyways, all right, let's go. Let's do this build. This is going to be a quick build just like yesterday. We're going to get the system all the way as quick up as we need to. Let's go. Installation source is going to be the ISO file. And oh, you know what? How did we do this last time? Hold on. Let's do this. Let's go back here. We'll leave it on the network, right? Let's go done. Let's give him a network because the network wasn't connected. We'll give him a DHCP. He's going to go pull. He pulled the .9 address again. Perfect. That works for me. So he's going to pull a network, which means that over here, he can download his network stuff. Which is interesting to me that an installer will do this much in the back end nowadays. But the installer can now go and pull the information that it needs. Come on. On the network, that's fine. Okay. What do we want? Software selection, what did we do yesterday? We did just a server. We don't need a server with a GUI. We don't need any special tools. We're just going to take it out of the box the way it comes up. Automatic partitioning is fine. I'm fine with that. We could also do custom and then carve up this disk all the ways we want. But I can go and look at how it's going to boot just so I can see. And it says, okay, it was 50 gigs. And I come over here and I say, well, what is this drive going to look like after we carve it up? Automatic. Where's that at? There should be a thing. That's fine. Whatever. It says that it's going to be 12 gigs of space. Have the following amounts of free space. We're going to reclaim all the space on the system. So we're going to delete all, reclaim all the space. So it was recognizing those other disks. We don't want to do that. We want to kill everything. Yeah, I want everything. Now let's see if it'll show me what my disk looks like. There's my capacity. Close. All right. Reclaim space. Come on, wipe those disks. Delete all. Reclaim space. All right, we'll let that go. Give us some basic password for the home lab. And be done with that. Don't care about users for now. All right. That should be all done. Reclaim all the space. Delete all. Reclaim all our space. All right, good. And we don't need any security policy right now. We're on the network. Let's just get the installation going. So we'll kick that off. And we'll come back over here and see what's going on. So when I'm ready, since that's going to be probably the same thing, I'm going to go ahead and take this file here. So I'm going to SCP this file over to 192. It'll be root at 192.168. Get the number right. 11.9, and then it'll be root. We'll just throw it in root over there. So once that system comes back up and we know its IP address, we're going to throw that over there. To answer the last question when you get a chance, not trying to be a bother. Do you have a document or guide on how you set up your home lab like the XCP NG Center? Oh, Truesdale's. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't trying to ignore you. I just, honestly, the home lab has just come up over time. And I mean, I could walk you through, you know, all I did. I have normally, I'm looking for my little props. Here's a little prop. So the whole setup of my home lab looks like this. It's really, at the end of the day, it's about this simple. And some of you guys might not believe me, but I've got a little half rack behind me with 3 servers in it, right? The 3 servers are all physical and they're right here. the way you get the servers to run is you boot them up. You put I mean, they're physically like you were in a data center. You put a crash cart to them. So I have a monitor over there and just a little keyboard, right? And I just put in this is full, right here. This is just a little drive full of XCP-ng server. So this has the server software on it, right? When you put this in the box, it's going to boot up to a little installer, much like this. It's even a lighter weight installer than this. And all you have to do in there is two things. There's really two things you do in there. You give it an IP address for your network. In this case, like this one was, where's he at here? In his general, here's his management interface. You give him an IP address. He's 201, 192.168.11.201. And you give him a root password. Once you do that and bring him up on the network, the only thing you need to do on that box after that is connect to it with a tool like XCP-ng, and you'll have this. Excuse me. You'll have this right here. You have his disk. I mean, you got to do a little disk carving down in there maybe, and maybe you do a little bit of stuff on the server with like where you're standing up your logical volumes or whatever. So in this case, I have like a 1.4 terabyte and then a smaller local storage. Some of my other machines have actually more disk space to them. Like this guy's got a 1.1 terabyte array, and then he's got a 2.7 terabyte array. So this one's got a little more like physical disk space to him, right? But anyways, you build them up, you get them up here, and then all you got to do is start deploying nodes to them. And to build virtual machines inside of this is super simple. There's two ways you can do it. You can go download right off of the internet a ready built ISO, and then you just come here and you import it, right? So you'll just like import whatever the thing is that you need, to import, enter the path name of an OVF or an OVA package. So I can go download like one that I've loaded up here before that I know is on one of my machines here is, and they'll pop up as little templates, is this guy right, where's he at? I don't see my AWS one. I definitely have an AWS one somewhere. But anyways, you can have an AWS image that's loaded up there, and then you've got your AWS, what do they call their Linux? What's the AWS version of like hardened Linux? Amazon Linux 2, that's what it's called, yeah. So, and then they've got Amazon Linux 3 out as well. So anyways, you can just load those up like that and then just build them as machines. Or, what I did was I built, one of my first machines I ever built was Hostbox. Hostbox is my back-end storage. He's got my NFS shares and my Samba. He's one of the few devices in this network I actually care about. Cloud Init. Cypher, I haven't used Cloud Init. Looking at 3 micro ATX systems like Supermicro that are good for virtualization farm. I want to build my home network. I have 10 gigs. Okay, so if you've got a NAS, the things you want to check on for your NAS, Truesdo, is does your NAS support iSCSI? Because if you have iSCSI, that changes a lot of the way that this works. Because now, whereas like I was showing you my storage is all local, you can connect iSCSI. Look, so I can make new, I think I can do like new SRs here. And if I've got iSCSI, which is just over the network, yeah, I can pull that. So now you can have all your ISOs on a share out there, and all of these can be pointed to it. And now you can set up your machines to boot across any of your systems. And that's hugely important for a lot of this. This is my home lab, so I'm like, I don't have that capability. But that is one of those kind of key capabilities, because then if one of your nodes goes down, one of your hosts, you don't really care that much. You just move all of them to the other one because they're all seeing the same back-end storage. You might have a little bit of performance, but most of us aren't like hitting our systems that hard. Like I show you guys sometimes, like these boxes, even when I'm doing stuff on labs and when we're messing around in here, these boxes are essentially asleep. Look at that. This thing's got 32 cores and none of them are over 5%. So like they're doing all the stuff that happens in my network, and they're basically asleep while they do it. They're like little zombies that are like using like no part. This one's doing maybe on an average, that's probably about 20% on a node that's, he's got 32 cores and he's maybe averaging, I'd say the average is right about there. If you take all that time since I started messing with it, that's probably about 20-25% maybe high end 30 if you take those peaks, but you got to remember most of it's lower. right? So I'd probably say right about there. That's only about 25, right? Anyways, my point is it's like my systems are just chilling right now. Ranger walked off. I don't know where Ranger went. What's he got to do? He's got nothing going on. Let's go back to this Rocky box. But by the way, remember, those nodes were shooting up on space, but all I'm doing is adding this one machine, but all the other monitoring in my lab, all of everything is happening on this box, really. So it's chilling. These are our dungeon nodes and other stuff. Like, these are our lab systems down here, and then this is like this is more of my home stuff that I care about down here. Man, I haven't even been in GitLab for a while. I haven't done any of these things. I haven't worked on a lot of this stuff for a while. Got to get back into it. All right, so anyways, we're building that. We're going to push that up here in a little bit. But yeah, Truesdo. So that's that. Once you get the first box up, let's go back to this real quick. Once you get the first node up, which in my case, the first two nodes were P01, Jump01, and Hostbox. And the way I got those up was I just built the machines, and then you can come up here, and I believe you can connect like to the machine and add an ISO from your machine. There's some process for that, but you get that up for the first time, and then once you have Hostbox up, this is all you need. This is super simple. But inside of Hostbox, let's go to Hostbox. He has show mount -E. He has ISOs being shared. So if we df-h on ISOs and then show mount, whoops, -E, he's sharing out ISOs. We cd to ISOs, and if we look in ISOs, here's all the ISOs I have in my home lab for whatever reason. Now these, since they're being shared out to everybody in the network as an NFS share, if you choose to use XCPNG, I know Proxmox has something similar, on your host, you can go to, as you go to like connect to any machine, it's actually under storage, you can connect an NFS ISO library. Hey Fisherman, how's it going? It's like I said, Proxmox, and you showed up. But an NFS ISO library is, hey, I'm going to allow all of those ISOs to be mounted from this system. So check this out. This is the guy that's holding them all. But if I wanted to take like this checkmark server and go to the console and give him any of those ISOs, I could say, okay, you're going to be a Fedora Workstation live disk when you come back up. And I would put that ISO on him. That ISO, again, is over here. Here's this Fedora Workstation live disk from version 38, which I think is back a few versions. And then we could turn that box on, and it would read from that DVD. Again, assuming that we have checked this, and on the boot options, it's DVD first and then hard disk. If we had changed this, or this is the option, then it would go to the hard disk first and checkmark would come up. And we had checkmark, we were working on it a while back. We're not going to save any of those changes, but if I wanted to now, I could boot this machine into that. So the question was, you know, how do I get the lab up and that kind of stuff? One of the first things you want is get up an NFS share, sharing out the ISOs you want for your environment, and then you can do it. ISOBoo, I don't remember who originally told me. It might have been you. It might have been somebody. I turned checkmark on and played with it a little bit. I haven't, like, used it for full-scale monitoring in my network or anything, though. But, I mean, I've heard good things about it. It seems to work well. But I didn't really dig deep into it much. Unless you're asking Cypher about the cloud in it. There are, so yeah, there's somebody out there. There was like a GitHub somebody had. What was this GitHub cloud in it? Somebody had built this. Who was this? Hold on, somebody put it in our Discord the other day. There's a guy who put together for like a home lab, basically like a one button push that'll stand everything up. Who does anybody remember that? I want to say it was under Home Lab, and somebody linked this guy that basically has like a one button push. Is it this guy? No, that's a NixOS thing. I think it's this guy right here. So it's up in our Discord, and basically you download this, and it's like a one button push, and it stands your whole network up from bare metal. I forget what tooling he's using though. But look, it's got Pixie server. It looks like it's using some K3s. Is that this guy? Yeah, this is his home lab. So if you guys want to play with this, I'll link this to you guys. This, I mean, it's up to you guys to play with that stuff. Northern Shrimp said iSCSI. It's I-S-C-S-I. S-C-S-I like that. That's iSCSI. ICS. Yeah. Dr. Pixie's pretty fun. Yeah, so this guy, somebody had linked him and his little thing, and it looks like a pretty fun little lab where it's fully automated home lab from empty disk to running services in a single command. So some of you guys, if you want to go play with that, you can. Again, you know, our Discord's full of stuff like that where people went and used some cool tool and figured out some way of using it or whatever. All right. That VM shut down. Let's go check this other one that we're building. He's coming up still. Still building. Oh, well, that's fine. I seem to recall him taking a while last time we built him, too. So, that's kind of that. What I've been doing today is I've been knocking out stigs on switches. So some of you guys have dealt with secure technical implementation guidelines. I've been doing them on switches. So here's the thing, but this is one of these like weird things about how people talk in the industry. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. So, you know, you talk to somebody on your team or something, and somebody's like, hey, we're using a switch. And you're like, all right, cool. I'll go download the STIG for switches, which are layer 2 devices. Universally, if somebody says the word switch without like layer 3 or layer 4 in front of it, they mean a layer 2 device. So when I was doing these switch STIGs, I had downloaded all the stuff into my system here for stigging switches, right? The switch STIGs, right? Layer 2. But then I get in here and I start working on it, and I realize that the Dell Smart Fabric, the type of switches that we're using, they are kind of like layer 7 devices. Oh, they do switching, but to just call them switches is kind of like, I mean, it would kind of be like calling, I don't know. I guess it would be something like calling a jet, you know. I don't know. I guess that's not a good example. I don't have a good example, but the point is, something like that. So anyway, so I've got all this STIG compliance stuff, and here's the thing: the environment we're in is not where it's going to be. We're kind of like still in a factory mode, and we can connect to it, but then eventually it's going to go into a secure facility. So when it's built into the mode, one of the things that's important for STIGs is sometimes things are open, but they're already answered. So it's okay to turn in a STIG report that has a fair amount of open things, but what you want to be able to do is for any of these vulnerabilities, like this vulnerability, a layer 2 switch must uniquely identify all network connected endpoint devices before establishing a connection. Well, that protection is via like 802.1x authentication. So you do some type of authentication, and even though you are not in place yet, even though you're not where the device is going to end up eventually, you can still put these notes into the STIG and say, hey, this is ready to go, and when we move over there, we can do that, and then this closes it as a finding. It'll still be open, but it doesn't count against you from like a finding standpoint. Really, you want to keep your findings low so that you can get as high a score as you can. A lot of STIG compliance environments want you to be over 90%. I've never worked in one that requires 100%, but there are some out there that do. And the thing about 100% compliance is still, like, if you can't meet a requirement, you just have to answer for why you can't. Like, oh, we need to have, 15 character passwords on whatever, and you go, well, hold on, we're not using passwords. And they go, okay, well, you could do that. But and then you have to get that exception, you have to note it, and then it has to be there forever, which is what your checklists are good for. Oh, by the way, we got some people here now. We got Fisherman and we got Robodom, some of our regulars. I'm going to mention again that we have talks going this whole weekend, starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. my time. Go look on the Discord for when it is your time. Fisherman's here. He's been streaming all this week. Been talking about AWS stuff, and he's going to talk about some AI and LLM type stuff, and you guys should have fun with that. We got all kinds of other people coming and talking about all kinds of other stuff. You guys are welcome to, again, come to any or none of those, this weekend or whatever. You got a bunch of tabs open, but you need them, and you also make your laptop slow. What do you do? Cruz, I can't help you with that. I always have a bunch of tabs open. I also have a bunch of different types of browsers open because I hate re-authenticating, and one of like the worst things ever is like the way that Microsoft So almost all of you probably have some type of like Okta type single sign-in somewhere, and almost all of you probably have some type of backend Azure that you log into. The only people that don't do that are probably, I would imagine, some of these guys that are like heavily into like Amazon and some of these other companies where they probably have their own tooling for that. But for most of the rest of you, if you're logging into like my college, where I go to school, like both of those, my college I teach at and the one I go to school at, they always have a login of some type. And then that locks up your browser for that's and then I have a GoDaddy email for some of my domains, and that one locks up that browser too. So then I have like multiple systems open because I absolutely effing abhor having to log all the way out of a browser. Like you have to log completely out of the browser to log back in on another email, and it logs all your other stuff out, and all. It's a absolute nightmare. That's why I have so many browsers. I actually have different browsers open at any given time, typically at least 3. If I could find a 4th good one, I'd probably go for that too. All those bookmarks. Yeah, Cruz, that's good. I mean, look, I pull things down that I need and I put them into my notepad, right? So I'll keep notepad here, notepad++, but I also keep OneNote open for the most part as well. There's OneNote over here, and then OneNote will also be open. Yeah. So, all right. So I was also going to maybe do some killer coded today, but I don't know. We'll see how much time we have. We're rebuilding this machine. Let's go ahead and eject his disk, so his disk is no longer mounted. We'll reboot this system, and when he comes back up, we're going to push this over to him. Whoops, that's the other machine. That's my other set of systems. Here's my stuff on stream. And let's jump back over here, and as soon as he comes up and we verify his network is good, we're gonna connect in and push over this, pull him off the network so he can't do anything else with any outside repos, and then we're just gonna see if we can install these packages directly out of the unpackaged directory. That's kind of the goal here. So yeah, Cruz, that's fine. Like I tell you guys all the time, I don't like how your workflow works for you is less important to me than the fact that you're doing it. Like I'm not going to be one of these guys that's like, oh, you gotta have 160 words a minute typing, and you gotta have your micro down so you can only use your keyboard. And I'm not going to tell you that kind of stuff. But sometimes people, they're real big on that for junior engineers, and I don't think that's the important stuff. I think the important stuff is learning how to build stuff. But that's me. That's me being me, I guess. Oh, I put this other thing up over, so I'm sorry if I'm missing any chat on the YouTube side. Doesn't look like I am. Catherial, XCP-NG is a fork of Zen. When Zen got bought by Oracle, this is a fork of it. It's a little bit dated. It is, I would maybe advise newer people to go with Proxmox. And when I say newer people, I'm not saying like you don't know the industry. I'm not talking about that. I'm not saying you don't know Linux. What I'm saying is like if you're like building a new lab, I would maybe go the Proxmox route. And the reason is because there's tooling for Proxmox built directly into your Terraform. If you want to do Terraform and OpenTofu, there's modules or what they call providers built right in there. Yeah. And my Ansible works with it still, but just because I've been using those Ansible modules against it for a long time. But yeah, there are other tools that may be more. I don't know. I mean, anything in our home lab isn't really. Oh. Froze. Execute shutdown binary. That's no good. Freezing. That's no good. Let's reboot him. I might have to reinstall this guy again. Yeah, it's well supported. It's me and one other guy using it. Doc Mallett's here. Glad to see the event this weekend nicely falls into his time zone. Yeah. You're welcome to come by. We're going to be hanging out down in Discord, and we'll be going. So. Yeah, this guy's a big fat phony. Yeah. Well, Rocky 810 has decided to freeze, so let's see if it builds up. Also, I'm going to do this smart this time, so I don't have to rebuild it. I am going to snapshot it. Once we get it up and it's working, we're going to snapshot the machine, and then we're going to do our work on it, because then it's simply a rollback to the older snapshot. That is much better to me than rebuilding a box like we just did. This doesn't look good. This is not looking good for the home team right here, guys. It's not going down. It's not starting. We're in some kind of middle ground here for the system. not great. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're building stuff up. I was showing you guys earlier. I've got kind of like the quick. This is my presentation for this weekend. I haven't shown you guys this stuff before, but it's like it's a different side of like the engineering talk. You guys haven't seen me talk about it before. I've alluded to a lot of the different pieces in it, but I think it'll be a good little talk for us. So we're gonna also, by the way, there's one more emotional than usual. Yeah, this system's doing something. All right, let's turn them all the way off. Force shutdown. Something to think about. If you do come to the Discord, and if you do go to the conferences this weekend, I posted this to show you guys. Nobody's required to do anything. You guys can come to the group and just sit there and make little sounds inside of Discord and do whatever you want. But if you want to, you can tell us, what was the session topic, what was the speaker, what did you like about it, what did you not like, for any or all or whatever you do. You can send it to me anonymously. You can post it in the channel if you want. I don't care. But I just know that the people that are coming to give talks would like to know, how difficult did you find it? Do you think that like they were being overly technical or not technical enough, and all that kind of stuff. And then what are you planning on doing with the information? maybe you listen to Fisherman for 5 minutes and go, this guy's doing it. I could definitely do this. And then you just go run off and you make a good career being better than Fisherman, right? And that would be a thing. Maybe you make a better bot and then you make the bot in the channel and all that kind of stuff. So there you go, but the point is, like, what do you want to do? And I tell the guys all the time, like, you're never useless. You can always be used as a bad example. all right, I'm kidding. But the point is, you don't have to do any of these things, but you guys are welcome to give feedback. And I'm sure the feedback will motivate the different people to come and talk again. Most of the people have came and talked to the group before and all that kind of stuff. Oh, this box is, hold on, he's down. So now we're going to start him. Let's see if he freezes again. If he freezes again, we got a real problem. But if he doesn't freeze again, then I don't know, maybe we're in a better spot. We'll see here in a second. All right, he's booting. He's coming up to, whoops, damn it. There he is. He's going to boot. Let's see how his boot happens. Let's hope he doesn't have some kind of binary executable failing again. That was a weird message. I don't think in all my years of Linux I've seen a box just say I'm freezing. I've maybe seen that, but I don't think I've ever seen it like it. I've seen a box freeze. I've never seen it admit that it was freezing. So that was kind of a weird message for me. Hopefully that was like a one-off. Let's see. This isn't boding well. How long this is taking right now, that doesn't sound good. But we do also probably have quiet on. We could remove quiet from the kernel command line so we can see what's happening with the system. Yeah. Oh, it's coming to the disk. VD. Okay. I could have sworn we set that not to have a GUI. Because why would we want a GUI? I'm pretty sure we set the server. Did we not set the server? Oh, okay. He's up. Let's see. Root, his password, and IP adder. Just see his IP address. Still .9, so it's still the same one. Now, you guys may or may not know, but I was using keys earlier, but I don't have keys set now, so I'm gonna need to use the password again, right? Oh, and look at this. We got a problem. My system doesn't recognize that system as the system it thinks it is. So what do we do to fix that? What do we do if our system is like, no, that's not the same. That's not the same server it was a few minutes ago. Where's Fisherman at? He's a big phony. That server's a big phony. That's what it's doing, right? So we're gonna VI our root.ssh known hosts. And it says it's on line 159. So set number and then GG or Shift G to go to the bottom. There's 159. This system has an elliptical curve DSA key that my system checks when it goes to connect, and it is not matching this. So if I know I blew the machine away, think about this as a systems engineer, as an administrator, as whatever. Just think about this for a second. I know I broke that machine, so I know that whatever this key is doesn't exist in the universe anymore. It's over in bit heaven. Wherever bits go that are gone, we don't know where they go. They're gone. I'm going to delete it because I know it's gone. I know that now my system's going to reconnect to a new box with no knowledge and say, do you want to trust this one for the first time? And I'm going to say, yeah, I want to trust him. Yeah, sure. And it's going to ask me, yes. Wants a yes. Nuke known host, right? You can. I'm just deleting the one line, though, to be safe. Now, it wants my password again, so we'll give it that. And then it's going to push over those packages. So over here, I'm in the root directory. I'm going to see that packages.tar come up now. Okay? So, once that's up, once that's pushed all the way over, if we were like super crazy about this, we would go like this. We would say cksum customer tar.gz, and we would do checksum on it, and then we do a cksum over here on customer tar packages.cz, and I would make sure that they're exactly the same. 713730, like, okay, nothing's changed in transit, you know, this and this and this. But what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to do IP adder, and I'm going to turn off the ETH0 interface. So I'm going to say if down ETH0. It's nmcli. I don't know these nmcli commands. Con show, right? I can do like a con show, and then I think I can say con, I don't know, something. Somebody here help. I don't use nmcli. Down. Oh, well, down the okay. So con show again, and then we'll do con down ETH0, right? So we're gonna turn that connection down, and over here, I should be able to try to ping that address, right? So just ping 192.168.11.9, and he's down. He's not answering anything. Similarly, in here, and again, I'm doing this because now I'm simulating that this box is air-gapped. But hold on, I forgot to do something real quick. Hold on. We're going to right-click here, and we're going to say, take a snapshot of this server. So we'll just say, before installs, right? And we're going to snapshot just the disks. We don't care about the disks in memory for this. And we're going to take a snapshot of this machine. So this machine, exactly as it is right now, is now going to be snapshotted in my environment. Why is this good? Oh, hold on, let's stop this. Why is this good? Well, because now whatever work I do to this server, I can revert back to right before I did the work. So we're going to kind of spin through and see if I can get this installed to work. Or use rsync since it does check. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a bunch of tools out there. No, you'll see, Kith, that sometimes I will, even if there's other ways to do things. Well, one, I do things super simple, but two, you'll see that I do stuff like that so I can show the pieces. But yeah, that's rsync's perfectly acceptable too. In fact, somebody was telling me the other day that SCP is completely out. Like people aren't even, like it's been deprecated. And I'm like, I didn't even know. Hey, thanks for the follows, guys. If I missed you, Infinite, Lonely Lee Cash, and I'm just gonna call you Liso. Hopefully this stuff's useful to you. Liso, not Lisa. Let's try this real quick. So we've cleared this. I know that's a little harder to see, but we're just gonna do it for now. Tar xzvf on customer packages is going to untar it in this directory, right? So boom, we've got this. These are all the things that we captured in a build where we had internet access. This box right now, this server, does not have internet access. Like if I ping www.google.com, I can't ping it anymore. So what I need to be able to do then is cd down, so pwd ls, cd into this customer packages. Let's clear the screen. Up here, I have on-demand install and XD mods. So let's cd to our on-demand install, and here's our RPMs for this, right? In fact, there's our on-demand release web and all of the RPMs. So I should be able to do an RPM-IVH on demand. Actually, let's do this a little differently. Let's I wonder if, let's cd do our RPMs here. These are all of our required RPMs. Do I have on demand? Oh, hold on. grep-i for on demand. 3.17. 3.11. That's fine. We'll go into RPMs, and we'll try to do this one that was actually installed by the system. I don't know why I had grabbed that one, but we're going to do this one. So I'm going to say DNF install, and I believe it's local install. I might be wrong. Let's just try local install on demand. Let's see if that that might be wrong. Hold on. I don't see it. So we'll just try DNF install on demand. Let's see. And let's see if it'll work. Okay, so that can't work. I might have to Google this because I do not remember how to do that. Hold on here. Let's go pull this up. DNF, so it's a DNF local install, right? Install local packages of DNF or we don't want to use the RPM. Let's see how they're saying to do it. I don't want to disable repos. Nope. Nope, useless. Fedora forum, this might be good. Oh, this looks like it's the same one. It's terrible. They should have. Let's go check at the top. Only downloader. So we've downloaded them already. That's the top part here. And then let's see what. Oh, looks like the rest of them I need a login for it. So I don't have. I actually used to have I used to have a couple different Red Hat logins, but I don't have one right now. So. I wonder if they said dash. I wonder if that'll work. Because they did dash and it'll find all of them. Let's see. I'm curious. I'm not worried about the DNF local install of downloaded RPMs. I know I can use RPM for this, guys, by the way. I know I can do RPMs. That's not what I want to do, though. I don't want to disable repo. Ah, maybe that'll work. Maybe I just did my local install wrong. Maybe it's just this. Local on demand dash ls grep for on demand. Okay, and then we'll do our on demand dash 3. Whoops. Gotta make sure you type in the whole command DNF. All right, let's see. I know that's a little small for you guys, but it should still work. All right. If that's not going to work, vi etsy yum.repos.d and then app stream. There we go. And we're going to make his enabled from a 1 to a 0. So it's not even going to try that anymore. Don't care about base OS either. We're going to give those. We're going to give these both 0 so it doesn't try to even run them. I know I could use sed and just hit them all, but that's fine. There's only 2 of them. Let's see if this will... Extras. There's an extras in there. Thought there was only the 2. Alright, well, we'll do this. It's just going to go down the line until it hits all of them. Oh, why the hell do I have install and local? Jesus Christ. Install. Okay. Nothing provides get needed on demand from at command line. So it says I need all those, but I have all of those. All of those should be in here. So ls-l for, let's look for get. Yeah, get's in here. R clone. Yeah, so they're all in here. All right. So, all right. I can treat a directory like a repository if I need to. I can do a create repo on it and turn it into a repo and get all the metadata and then point at that. That's not that big of a deal. I was just trying to avoid it. Let's try this. So instead of DNF, we'll do an RPM-IVH on, where's he at? This guy. Give him the old RPM. I will do install. V will be verbose, and H will give us cool little hashtags as we do it. So let's see. It's got these failed dependencies, right? So all these things are needed, but it's not finding the dependencies locally, even though they're all here. So let's do an ls-l on grep-i for on demand. Yeah, see, there's all these pieces are here. Let's see. Oh, you want an IAC with Terraform? I have some infrastructure as code with Terraform set up, but I could show it to you. I don't normally deploy it out to the cloud right now. Give me a second on that, and I'll do that. I'll show you that, but real quick. I need to use. Hold on. Let's go over to. I might need to make sure I have create repo as well, because I don't think. I think I might need to use create repo on these boxes, and I might have to just turn this whole directory structure into a repo so that I can use that. All right. I don't have that tool though. I don't know if I have it in that environment, so I need to make sure I bring that in as well. So this will be another step now that I need to add up here. Maybe I might need it. These ones are probably not going to happen because I can't do anything until authentication is there. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put you on Ranger cam so you guys can check on Ranger, and I will do that infrastructure as code when I get back. Where's Ranger? Did I close Ranger down? There he is. There's Ranger cam. All right, take a quick break. Quick break. Give me 8 minutes. I'll be back. I'll go get some water and walk around a little bit, maybe get Ranger a treat. Producer Wolf with the raid. Hey, how's it going? I'm about to take a break real quick. I'll be right back. You guys can check on Ranger Dog, see how he's doing while I'm walking around for a second. I will be back shortly. Alright, hopefully everything's not going off the rails with me gone. Alright. Shout out was given to Producer Wolf. Good, good, good. Thanks for that, Robodum. So, where are we at? I gotta try a couple other things on this, though. I'm not giving up on this just yet. We'll leave that. We're still on break, but feel free to ask me anything if you guys want. Just kind of hanging out for a little bit. Let's see. Let's just try to install everything on this box. Let's just see if it'll install them all. Now, it may do it in order, so maybe there's some errors, but yeah, maybe it'll get it all on there. So, let's see. See if everything's installed. I'm just giving it the old twice over to see. Alright, so let's try this. PS-EF grep- actually, let's do it this way. RPM-QA grep-I for on demand. That's less good. Let's go with oh god, that's terrible. RPM-IVH everything. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I should try to install everything in the directory. So, is there some kind of error happening? Let's just try to do on demand by itself now. So, I mean, we could do this. See, I don't want to be in a dependency nightmare. That's that's the problem. So the dependency nightmare is going through and having to do all the all right. I guess I can do, let's do this. NMCLI. We'll put the network back on. Con show NMCLI con ETH0 up con up ETH0. So we're going to turn that back on. We're going to turn on his interfaces again for his let's turn all these back to 1. I should just write the sed that'll do it, but there's a pretty easy little sed to just do that. Base OS R1, and we'll change our other one back. Hell is he? That was base OS, so we need app stream R1. All right, let's do this real quick. Let's do a DNF install create repo, because we need create repo to make a repo. Yeah, dependencies are just nightmares. Let's give it the old college try here. Turn my camera back on. Maybe I'll turn my camera back on. Oh, there we go. All right. Create repo. Yes. Also, this needs to go in the packages now. Should I close this time? I wonder. Sure. All right. Yes. Let's get create repo down so we have that. Also it has its own dependency, so we might have to grab that as well. That's going to be fun. There's like a 50-50 chance it's going to be on the environment I'm on. So create repo. Let's pwd. What directory am I in? So we got this command, and turn this into a directory. And then we'll go to make a directory, or make a repo out of this as well. And there'll be a repo data in there now. So then the easiest way to do this will be then to cd to etc yum.repos.d, and in here we can go look at let's see if they have one local. Let's see, like the sources. What does this one look like? No, I don't know if we have. Oh, here's the media repo. Okay, so so this is how it was running when it first came up. So we can just steal this one here, right? So we'll call Rocky Media Repo. We'll just copy this over to, let's call it, I don't know, we'll just call it customer.repo, right? So we'll call it customer repo. We're going to redisable all those other repos again real quick. So this is why I really should just write the sed real quick. That'll do it. But there's only 3 of them. Appstream, base OS, R0, Git repo for home lab. Oh yeah, I have a GitLab doc for my own home. Let's get rid of this one too. Don't need that one anymore. R0. All right, because we don't want it. We don't want it connecting out any. So now we're gonna go to vi. What do we call it? Customer repo, and let's go point this to. It really doesn't matter what we call it, but we'll call them by what they are. So we'll say on demand. On demand will be one, and the other one will be what the hell's the name of that? XD mod, right? And the name will just be, it'll be the same thing. It'll be on demand. Oh, this is XD mod, and this will be on demand. So we'll go here, escape, $, right? On demand. And then the base URL, we only have one base URL for this one, and it's going to be the file, which is the path that we're going to, which for this case is going to be root, customer, customer packages, and then on-demand RPMs, and the other one RPMs. So customer underscore packages, customer underscore packages, on-demand RPMs, and then this one will be right here. We'll hit $, right, to get rid of everything, and this will be root, customer packages, XD mod RPMs, right? So that's all the things. Any free merch? Yeah, Robodom, there won't be any free merch this time, but we're gonna try to do free merch when we go out to what's that thing, Robodom? What's the SC event or whatever out in California? If we get enough of the Linux people to go out there, I'll definitely get us like t-shirts and stuff. We need to do that. Yeah, social Linux, yeah. Hold on. I don't need a GPG key file for this, so I'm going to set this to, we'll just pound that out for now. Pound, enabled, true. GPG check, false. Don't need it. Enabled, true. GPG check, false. And then pound that out. So, this will be this right here will also be necessary for me to steal off of this. So once I've saved that and IP adder, let's make sure that we're still on 192.11.1. We're going to come back to my home system here, which is this guy, and this is down to work stuff. I'm going to SCP from 192.168.11.9 at etc yum.repos.d customer.repo to here. Whoops, 192.168.11.1. Is that not right? 168.11.1 to here. He's connected again. Am I more confused than normal? Customer repo. To 168.11.9 192.168.11.9/24. Yeah, what the hell? Alright, I can ping him. Etsy yum.repos.d or customer repo there. What was in my mind, guys? Etsy yum.repos.d. I mean, I don't need the root at. That's weird. Etsy yum.repos.d customer.repo. You'd think I didn't use SCP like 100 times a day, and even on this stream. What the hell? I literally use SCP all the time. What the hell? How about 1 free hour lab on killer code? Yeah, Doc, you guys can have that for free. Actually, all the killer code you want is free. What the hell? What's going on here? Etsy yum.repos.d customer.repo. That's definitely the path. That's definitely there. What the hell's wrong with me? I can ping the box. Oh. Yeah, but I mean, I use this shit all the time. I mean, oh, there were. That was weird. I deleted it and retyped it. It's the same exact thing. I've never seen that, guys. I've been doing this 20 years. I've never seen that happen right there. All right, whatever. I don't care. Don't care. I'm pulling it down so I have it, right? Because now I just have that customer.repo for if I go build it at the customers, I have that same path. No, it's. I thought I was losing my mind. It's right. All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, right? We're past it. Yeah, I do everything. I'll check everything letter by letter. I'll even read things backwards. But everything was right. I just had to retype it. Maybe a character was being read and then it was thinking it was a string. I don't know. We won't worry about it too much. But this box is up. We're going to turn his network back off. So we'll do his connection back to... Let's go to his NMCLI. Con up. So con up, con down. ETH 0. So now we've deactivated that. And we are going to try to do just a regular old install of... Alright, we'll type it out again. Where were we at? We were down in here. Open. So if we just do a DNF install, open... Which one am I in here? Hold on. How we try it from here. This guy is going to be XD mod. So we should be able to do an DNF install xdmod. And this should go read everything. Fill the download. Tried to metadata for repo on demand, cannot download. All mirrors were tried. Oh, I wonder if I had to do it one up. So hold on, let's go check. See into repo data. I might have messed this up. So all right, there we go. That's what we needed to do. CD up and then down into on demand, and then it'll be the same thing here. All right, there it is. This is 332 packages. No. There's a lower L in that. What the hell? There's one lower L and there's one 1. That's a lower L and that's a 1. You're right. Gosh. Alright, well, I told you guys I'm insane, so. Alright, let's install xdmod. Oh, on demand is a longer path. On demand dash install. So hold on, we got to go fix that repo real quick, which will be fine here. VI customer repo. Ah shit. CD to Etsy yum.repos. VI customer. This is a longer path. It's on demand dash install. That was my fault. Everything else on that should be right. So xdmod should now install. Okay. It'll say that's not good. Modular data for modular package. No available modular metadata for modular package. Can we just... Let's try to get on demand. So we got this part done. Let's try to install. All right. So no value. I don't know what I've never seen this modular package, so I don't know what this is. So let's go take that to the Googles. For modular package. Let's see what people say about this. Trying to install Perl, but I'm getting this thing. There's probably a fix. And DNF switch to Perl, DNF module enable. I have a feeling that DNF uses a different, like the create repo that I did is not going to have all the data that it needs. That's a problem. But we can still try this just for fun. I don't think this is going to solve anything, but we'll try it. We'll do the DNF enable repo equals all, clean all. I don't think this is going to fix anything. And then try to install on demand. I still don't think this is gonna work. It's seeing all the things and all the dependencies, but it's still not gonna be able to get this package for what is modular metadata? I've never seen this in a repository before. I don't have. This. Oh man. It's like you get everything super simple. Yeah. It's like you get, I'm just saying, you get everything simple, and then they decide to make things complex again. Like repositories are super simple. Have some metadata, tell them what the dependencies are, and go install this shit. But now it's like modular package this and this and this, and it's like, I don't want to do modular packages. I just want to install the packages. Like, this should not be, like, I don't mind, like, I'm not trying to be one of those guys that's like, the world is changing. But it's like, man, the change should be for the better. Not for, like, some other thing that we're trying to, like, yeah, I think we had to do, on the other machine, I think we needed, like, power tools enabled or something, so that was weird. It was actually called Power Dash Tools, I believe. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but if I just want to install something that we can see, like, we can see all the packages right here, it knows what it needs to install. Hold on. No. Let me see this. I just want to see this with a more on it. So version is there. All the versions are there. But then there's these module ones. So yeah, I don't know. Any of that. Yeah, I don't know any of the module stuff. I've been doing repos, and I've yet to run into this, but probably because I'm not normally in an air-gapped environment, so it just runs, you know. So I'm gonna have to. Oh man. Oh, it's gonna be a fucking mess. Just a mess. Well, I do have my metadata. I just don't have this metadata for this modular stuff. So I might have to take another run at this. So this weekend, while everybody else is talking, I'm going to be in here working, but I'm going to still be sitting in all the meetings and listening to the talks and all that stuff. But I'm going to be, when it's not my talk, I'm going to be working on work stuff. So, all right, I'll probably take a break on that for a little bit because that's going to bug me. And let's go to something more fun. Let's go do some college stuff. This will be my college stuff real quick. We're going to go and check out this Zotero thing because you guys were telling me the other day that this is pretty good. So there's a Chrome connector. That might be kind of cool. There's also a Windows one. Let's take the Windows one, see what that looks like. And it looks like there's a bunch of third-party plugins. I may do the Chrome connector too after we get this running. Let's see what this looks like. I don't know. I'm going to extract over here. Let's extract it real quick. Said it could see the... Yeah, it can. I mean, it can see everything. It's just not doing the modular part. I don't know what that is. All right, let's see what this little Zotero setup looks like here. Standard. Well, that's fine. We'll mess with custom later. Let's go install it. Just let it run. See what this looks like. Let it run. Let it run. Let's let it run. Let's see. I have no idea what this tool is going to look like, guys. I've never used this before. All right. All right. We'll install the connector for Chrome. That's fine. Excuse me. The only connector I normally use, guys, in like all of my Chrome stuff is what is that? Like a launch. The only normal one I use is my revolver tabs. That's the one you guys normally see me run. Then it revolves through everything. What am I missing here, guys? Oh, add to Chrome. It's like, where the hell is this? We'll add the extension. We'll let this thing run. Let's see what this looks like. All right, my publications allows you to create a list of your own work and share it. Zortero, that's fine. Added to Chrome, that's fine. He has an option now to be, we'll pin him so he can be up here by his other buddy here. What's this thing gonna do? I don't even know what this is gonna do for me. Oh, save without even doing anything. Okay. All right. We got the browser connector going. That's fine. Get rid of that. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with this and see. Newspaper article. All right. I had all this stuff in there, and it also sounds like when I'm in something, I should be able to pull it down. Here's the thing: I might need the Chrome, not the Chrome. I might need the Firefox one if they've got a Firefox one. And the reason I say that is I do all my research over in Firefox. But I guess maybe I'll have to start doing stuff in Chrome. All right. I guess I'll have to probably watch something on this. DBA work. This will be all my DBA work, right? That's my doctorate of business administration. Woo. Emphasis in quantitative analytics. Hey, Salty Waffles, how's it going? Oh, I never did that infrastructure as code earlier, did I? I never did that earlier. I took a break and I came back and I didn't do that. Hold on, let me do that real quick. So the question was, could you do some, I'll do it on a new screen, but I'll show you guys something here. This will be infrastructure as code light. So let's go to root streams. In here we've got our code examples and then my Linux admin stuff, and then here is just a bunch of Ansible playbooks that I have, right? This is like a bunch of stuff that does a bunch of stuff in my environment. And the way we used to do this is we would set up labs on Sunday. I think it was Saturdays I used to do lab days. And we would just deploy everywhere up in the cloud. We would just deploy a bunch of Amazon machines, and then you guys could get in there. So this is what it looked like. AWS Ansible lab. This would call down in our roles the AWS Ansible lab playbook. And then in here, when this would get called and it would run, there were some files, and down in the files there was the Terraform lab, and the Terraform lab maintained our Terraform state of the whole environment. So if we go look at our main.tf, this got called by the Ansible playbook and it kicked off Terraform and it deployed everything. This is what it did. It had, in this case, we had 5 AWS instances of the lab server, and these were the Ansible lab boxes, and then they were all turned on, and they did whatever kind of things they did. They had a back-end EFS mount that anybody could go and put stuff in the labs or whatever. And then down here we had these little AWS instances, and I had 2 of these for each of the different targets. So I had 5 Ansible systems you could jump into, and then there were 2 targets off of each of them that you could use, and they were tagged, and they were we put some metadata options in them so that they knew kind of some information about themselves and that kind of stuff. So this would run and this would deploy on the system via Terraform locally on the system, and then it would tell me, here's the Ansible lab, here's the number 1 Ansible machine, and then its targets, I think is what it was. Ansible targets 1, 2, yeah. So that was our output. Yeah, so you had the ones that you were going to connect to, the 5 main ones, and then the internal ones that you would use for each of those. When this got done running, it reported out to us in our Discord via this. And it would come and it would dump all the information out to us in our Discord, right? The only thing I need to do to get this running again and make this work would be to fix my, I think I have some keys, and then we could deploy this in my lab again if we needed to. Hold on 1 second here. Key rotate.yaml. That was rotating some type of keys in my environment. I don't think it was in my vault, but let's check. Hold on, let's check this real quick, because it might be in here. Oh, this was using Ansible Vault. So there's an Ansible Vault right here. Okay. So in here are going to be some keys. Normally, you would never show your keys online, guys. However, I know that these keys are old and they're gone. So we would do Ansible Vault. What's Vault? Edit Ansible Vault.yaml, right? And normally you would never show this on stream. Let me pop this over here. I know they're no good, but I'm gonna still just pull them over here for a second, just because it's good practice not to show that to everybody. I don't even know if I know this password. There it is. That's interesting, because that is definitely not what I thought it was. So it's so that's interesting. That's not the place right here. The vault doesn't have my keys. Where the hell were they? Let's go look down in here. Hold on. So let's go back into roles. CD to AWS Ansible. CD to tasks. Oh, I was pulling them from Vault back then. I forgot about this. I used to have Vault set up to do all that for me. Yeah, Salty, yeah. No, I used to have Vault do all that. I forgot I had Vault running in my environment back then. And then that would do it, and it would go drop the credentials in for me in my super cheesy way to run Terraform right here. I know. There's an easier way to run Terraform, but the module didn't work right. And me and M-Pesa actually modified the module to work, but it didn't work all the time, so we just tossed it. And I did it this super cheesy way through Shell, and then it deployed out and did all that stuff. Oh, I forgot I ran that all through Vault. Anyways, that's how I would have done that. So that counts, Fisherman. That counts for points. I know it. Not that. This Zotero, this is definitely more simple than I thought it was gonna be. I thought this was gonna be. I don't know what I thought it was gonna be, but I thought this was gonna be a little more. I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me. Maybe I'll go watch some videos on it, and this will be interesting for me. But As it is, this doesn't look like there's much, like it's going to do much for me. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I guess. They have a Firefox one, so that's good. Maybe the capturing will be useful. Maybe that'll be good. Translators. Yeah. I use APA 7 for my doctorate work. Alright, that's interesting. Logsec. You guys said that this logsec connects to that. That might be interesting. And then Joplin, I don't think I'll get involved with another one. Although, I'm a big fan of Scott Joplin, if you know who he is. Or was. Alright, so we'll close that down. We'll play with that later. Alright, so what are we doing? I am probably pretty much done for today. If you guys want anybody want a quick view of the talk that I'm giving tomorrow? No, I'll give away too much. There's too many fun things in there I don't want to give away tonight. But suffice it to say, I do have it up. Like, it is ready. There is some stuff. This is it. This is the talk. But I hopefully will have it. I think it's pretty good right now. But I will add stuff. Also, I'm going to record mine. I will either record it tomorrow when I first do it with everybody, or I might just record it on stream another time and then just keep that one. But this is the topic. All the other topics, probably better and more fun than mine, but I think mine will be fun. I'm going to have fun with it. But you know, data analytics, this is a senior site reliability engineer, eBPF topics. I saw some of his presentation yesterday. It looks really good. He actually came over. Him and his wife came over. They're newlyweds, and they were showing us their wedding photos and stuff, because we went to their first reception out here, but then they got married back east with the family and had a big reception. So there was that. So I saw his stuff. His stuff looks really good. I know my brother Tom's gonna bring it because his stuff's always good, and his will be fun. Robbie Reed, everybody loved his stuff a few weeks ago. He came and talked to us, and he didn't even have a presentation then. He just came and talked, and everybody liked that. I know Fisherman's stuff's going to be good because he told me he's generating it automatically with AI, so maybe the whole chat will be, maybe he'll just be sitting there like actually fishing while he does it. Who knows? Ben will do some good stuff. I think all these guys give great presentations, so it should be really good. Again, everything's free, so like I'm not selling anything. Yeah, Fisherman's not even going to be there. He's going to have the bot do it. That would be pretty good, Fisherman. If you manage to do that, that would be pretty solid. So, again, this is what it looks like in my time, and some of the things are a little more cleaned up than that. But you guys are welcome to go. You guys are welcome to invite anybody you want. They start at 9 a.m. my time, but that is UTC -7. So the best way for any of you guys to find it is just go up to Discord, go to the events. If you're on a mobile with Discord, there's a little, when you first go into a server, there at the top right, before you get to all the channels, it's almost like this like general server view, there's a little calendar. So if you're using the mobile app, I'm on the mobile app probably like 100 times a day, like checking Discord and stuff. But there's, in the top right, there's a little calendar, and it'll show all the events as well. So, yeah, I'm in Phoenix, Salty, yep. But this will show in your time. That's my point. This will show in all of your time. So I'd love to get us to break Discord. Or it would be even more fun for me if like Discord was like, hey, you went over your free usage or something. I think that would be really funny. Oh, Albuquerque, yeah, that's fine. You're not far off. I think you're probably an hour ahead of us. So for you, it'll be 10 or something like that. Or I don't know how to say that, but all right. So there's that. Make sure you guys come to these. Make sure you ask questions. Again, you know, the guys are going to talk for an hour to an hour and a half, whatever they want to talk to. And then you guys can either give them feedback. You can ask them questions. This is your opportunity to ask. I know, like, Fisherman came and gave a talk a while back, like this was a couple of years ago now, where he had just went through the process of getting hired at one of the Fang company. In fact, I think it was still Mang back, or I think it was still Fang back then, and now it's Mang or whatever. But he was like explaining to people what the process looked like and how that worked, and people still want to ask him questions about that, right? People are still like, oh, hey, how did you navigate this thing and get it done in only a couple weeks instead of some people taking 5 weeks or longer to get hired, you know? And like, what did you do and what were your strategies? And he had all this written out. He had all these strategies and stuff. That's not what his talk's about, but you can still ask him about that if you want, right? And then some of the other guys, they've been in Fang or other large companies for a long time, and you can ask them about that as well. So, you know, the guys are pretty much open. Most of the guys are pretty open for whatever. So, yeah, Fisherman is this right here. I can answer that for money. Is Joplin pretty good, Doc? Sorry I missed that. I've been kind of over here. We're just working on stuff. I think I can get. You know, I think I can get some of those working even without the create repo, but it'll just be a hassle to build each, like do the RPM and then see all the dependencies and go install all the dependencies and then do all. That's just gonna be a hassle. But I mean, I could make that work, and once I know the order, I can actually script it. So that's not so like bad that I can't just do that myself if I need to. So yeah, Robdom, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. I think the main scary thing will be getting everybody to go on mute, because I'm not going to set it up like a stage presentation, which I don't know if any of you guys have played with Discord, but you can set up like stage presentations so only one person can talk. I'm not going to do that. If people want to ask questions, if people want to talk and do that kind of stuff, there's no reason. Yeah, Doc, I think the guys yesterday just saw that I was using OneNote, but I have RefWorks and I have all these other things that I could be using, like through my college. But OneNote works pretty good, and I don't know. I think some of these other tools might be good for clipping things, because if I can clip things and automatically get the references for them, that may do it for me. Yeah, Baraga, make sure you're in there like drinking water loudly and like, I don't know, like making like slapping sausage noises and stuff like that. Yeah, Baraga's over here asking if he can just like make noises in the. You can. I'm gonna be the first one going, so. If you guys want to come talk, my talk's first. I'm kicking it off with why engineering, and the crux of it. I can't tell you guys the punchline, but this is a big setup for a long joke, basically, and I think it's pretty good. So, but you know, the goal of this group is to make you guys better, get you guys into this, show you guys that you can do it. You guys just watch me fumble around trying to figure out how to get these packages into a air-gapped environment that I'm going to be working in next week, and you know, I'll have all the packages there. If I have to manually stuff each and every one in, I can do that. It's just I don't want to do that if I can avoid it. I can even do it. You can do an RPM IVH with -- no depths and just stuff them all in there, and I might do that later to mess around. But after that, you have to make sure that you do like a clean install of everything. So. What that would look like, hold on, because I have this environment is set like this environment is I can blow the server away, right? I could just go to xdmod ls cd to my RPMs, and then rpm-ivh everything.rpm -- no depths, and this will just stuff every one of them into this server. Now, is that the best way to do this? Well, I mean, it's gonna have all the software packages on it, but I mean, like, again, is that the best way to do things? I feel like that did not do. Hold on, pipe that through more, because I feel like something got missed. Let's go see. We're gonna run it again. So hit the Chromium common, and then it didn't keep going. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Nope, that's not how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this the systems engineer way. We're gonna stuff this in even harder. We're gonna do an ls everything.rpm, right? So ls grep. Oh, we can do that. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll give us everything RPM, right? So then we'll say for, package in that. Just try this. Just stuff it in there. RPM-IVH, $ package, no deps, and then done. Yeah. Oops. Package RPM-IVH package. Oh, do. You guys got to stop me. Like half the time, I don't know what I'm doing. But look, we're gonna just stuff everything into this damn server like this, and then we would do that same thing up in the other one as well. Never tried this before. If you run a non-air gap system and clean yum cache, is it possible to copy that after? So I can clean the yum or the DNF cache out, yes, and then I have package repositories local for base OS and AppStream, like what came with the CD. So I do have those. The problem with this, what I was doing here was I was trying to build the repo and then point to the repo, which is this create repo file that I have. Right, this is the one that I stole for myself here. What do I call this? Work stuff or something. This customer repo points to the local packages on each of the systems. So, oh, and that one's busted. Hold on, that's a good thing that I checked that. I'm gonna fix that. VI. But at the end of the day, I mean, really, all that matters is I stuff it in there. Like this. This is on demand dash install. Yeah, that's right. So look, I mean, I can do this. I can just stuff everything into the system. I mean, there's no real danger with doing this. It's just some things are already there. Grubby's already there. It's gonna install Apache. It's gonna, I mean, look, this will be my nuclear last ditch effort right here, guys. This will be my last thing that I maybe do. If I can't get it to work any other way, I'll just put the software on the servers and run out of the skiff without telling anybody. No, I'm just kidding. They always have people around me, but they have to like watch me the whole time I'm there, which is kind of funny to me. Yeah, we could do this. This is an option to this. And I'll probably have to show them that on demand can't be set up until you get LDAP up. There's no way to set it. Now, I might be able to work around it. Like I was looking for like a way to do basic auth, but they ask you not to. Hey, Mr. Extremely, how's it going? We're just we're basically finishing up. I just kind of got like a little bit of a second wind, and I was just messing around on the server trying to get this stuff installed. I need the LibreOffice core, but it's only one file that's actually needed out of that. But we'll just install all of it. I don't care. Let's put it all on there. And then users will be able to get on there. I've got one other thing I've got to do in that environment aside from these two things. Just found out LXD container and loops in Ansible. Nice. I haven't used LXD container, but I definitely use loops. I've been doing some weird stuff recently, Mr. Extremely, with Ansible. I've been doing like chroot, like, so Ansible will go down into a chroot environment and set up a server for you before you deploy it into an environment in like Werewolf and stuff. So that's kind of a cool thing. This is wild to me how much is in here. But I guess it was like 400 something packages, wasn't it? So I guess that's good. Got that going for us. So, Doc, yeah. And then Daft Duck, you're right, do. Yeah, it's the do that got me on my little loop there. Oh, I was thinking, so this will be my if I go like the full extreme route and have to just push everything into the server, this is how I'll do it. But this will be nuclear option if I can't get the other stuff to work. We'll just blow it all up. All right. What else? We got the thing going tomorrow. We're gonna get all the server stuff set up. Get the everybody's gonna do their talks. I think that'll be good. I think I've talked to everybody. I'm pretty sure they're all ready. The only guy I haven't checked with recently was Robbie Reed. I checked with him a couple weeks ago. He's pretty good though. He's a pretty responsible fellow, so he'll probably be on there. Yeah, you guys can give any feedback you want to the speakers. Tell them what you like, tell them what you don't like. This is the main thing. Does XD mod install? And it looks like it's going to, so that's important. I don't see any errors with this. This will be good. All right. Yeah, Sending Grounds. I was just talking about it. I've been showing people that you're going to be the one. I think you're the last one, right? I think you're the last one for the thing. Yeah, you're the one kicking off the final event. Sending Grounds is here, so we need to get Sending Grounds back streaming. We've had Fisherman streaming all week, and then now we need Sending Grounds to get back to streaming too. And normally he'll be he's the finale. So we've all got our special roles. Like I'm kicking the whole thing off. Fisherman, you're doing the start of Sunday, right? You're kicking off the Sunday stuff, which will be noon your time, and then Sending Grounds will be. I think we're on the same time, so it'll be 4 his time. Yep. So, I think we'll get everybody pretty squared away there. So, should be fun. All right. Oh, there's those all installed. Let's go back to my other one. I just want to make sure that my on-demand RPMs also do the same thing. It'll be the same for loop, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. It's still 4 package in. We LS all the RPMs, stuff them all in the server. I can stream tonight, but I got to pick up my daughter from friends first. Nice. Yeah, Fisherman, I probably would stay on until you came on, but I can't do it tonight because I've got actually I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, and then I got a work call at 6 that starts. So in about half an hour, I've got a work call that starts. So this is only 330, so this will be a little faster here. We could add a check into this that says if like in this case, if Grub's already there, just skip it. And we could have a little check that looks for each of these by their full name, and only if their full name is at the beginning, right? So like it doesn't skip like Pearl if like Pearl something or some other thing Pearl is there. I could do that because I don't necessarily want to overwrite some of these files or whatever. But I think all in all, this will probably be, I don't know. I'm about 95% okay with this. I'm not 100% okay with this because I just know that sometimes when you do stuff like this, there's so many things that can go wrong and so many things that can just change. But mainly I care that on-demand gets installed right here, which it is. That's good. And most of the other stuff should be good. I'll probably run a couple of tests. So open on-demand, the problem with it is it won't start until you have it won't go past anything until you get the installation with the user set up. So the installation will just pause and you can't go any further. So I got to figure out, and I don't have their LDAP connections yet. So since I don't have that, I have to make a choice. Do I just make some bullshit users and make up some bullshit way to be able to carve it? And then they're going to have to go back and change a whole bunch of stuff? Or do I tell them, hey, I've brought this install as far as I can. You guys are going to have to take it the rest of the way. Here's the instructions. You got to remember, the guys I'm working with they're pretty technical guys. They're just letting me finish this out because this is like the end of like, we're a subcontractor to Dell on this project and we're just bringing this out to them. And I'm basically loading up the last of the software for them. There's a couple other things I'm doing in the environment with hardware as well. But for the most part, I built this whole... the Bright cluster was mostly built as I got it out there, but then I had to restig everything and redo a lot of stuff. So there's that kind of thing. So, all right. So I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out as far as I can at least get that to run if I need to. I don't need to worry about the package stuff. So that's pretty good. All right. Well, let's find somebody to raid then. I would raid Fisherman, but he's not going to be around just yet. For you guys on YouTube, I have nothing like that cool for you. But yeah, I'm finally finished. I've been saying I was going to be finished for a while. All right, let's go to our raid. Daft Duck, yeah, I do stig with OpenSCAP. Yes. Yep. That's what I use. Let's go to, do I know anybody that's actually on, oh, well, we're going to go to Chill Day over on NPC. I like Raid and Practical NPC. Make sure you guys, if you want, do the raid message of this one. That's always my favorite raid message. And I appreciate you guys all coming by. I will see most of you tomorrow. And you guys are all welcome to hang out and just come talk shop and talk Linux with us for the whole weekend. So, all right, take care, everybody.